oasis. The world is yours for hard work and dedication. This ain't hate music, it's love supreme. And we manifest the movement by any means. Love, yes, I do it for the love. Everything that I do, yes, I do it for the love. For the love, for the love. Yes, I do it for the love. Everything that I do, yes, I do it for the love. For the love and the passion, and not just the fashion. Now watch the positive flow become a chain reaction. No tricks up the sleeve, no hocus pocus. All I see and just keep the sight focused. Skin is black, but there's no handicap. Still walking the path of the right and exact. Living what I'm speaking is truth that I'm seeking. Suckers creeping and sleeping, but I keep reaching for success. Elevating to my best. Shoot the gift because I'm blessed with this. I say I'm black and I'm proud, you call me prejudice. I'm walking the straight path, learning the real math. Math for the blacks and never lies. I speak truth while I speak trash. The path I walk is not hypocritical. I manifest the physical, lyrical, and the spiritual. The new and improved, and show and prove to the young, the old, the new, the red, black, the green, the red, white, the blue, the brothers, the sisters, the party, the crew, whoever. Just dropping daily jewels to keep your mind together. This ain't hate music, it's love supreme. And we manifest the movement by any means. For the love, yes, I do it for the love. Everything that I do, yes, I do it for the love. Do it for the love, for the love. Yes, I do it for the love. Everything that I do, yes, I do it for the love. For the love, for the love. Yes, I do it for the love. Everything that I do, yes, I do it for the love. Do it for your mama. For the love. Do it for your mama.
Oh my
Do it for
God.
your brother.
Do it for your mother. That I do, yes, I do it for the love.
Do it for the ones you love. You love. Ooh, yeah.
It's like crazy.
No, I guess not. I guess not. I guess not. Yo, 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 yo. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? It's the R&G Podcast. And I'm Gerald.
I'm Ron. What up, y'all?
What's going on, everybody? So yo, like you said, man, we was gonna be on today. And we are very glad that we're able to, you know, share this Sunday with you guys. How's everybody doing? Ron, how you doing, bro?
I'm chilling. Same old shit.
Same old shit, just a different day. That's what's up. That's what's up. So now I posed a topic yesterday. Um and the topic is about going on a first date and the man that's, on a date with the woman. Instead of him, traditionally picking the woman up and bringing her, to wherever they're going, he offers to give her a Uber. But the woman feels some type of way about the Uber, and she's like, what's up with that? Why you, sending me your Uber? Now me, listen, I don't see nothing wrong with that. And the reason why I don't see nothing wrong with that is because she's not coming out of her pocket to pay for the Uber. You know what I mean? Now, here's the scenario. What if it wasn't an Uber? It was like a private jet or a Rolls Royce, something of that nature. So that makes it that much better for a bougie, egotistical, I'm trying not to curse, woman like her, to feel entitled. Oh, you're supposed to, splurge crazy on me, not put me in some Uber and I'm pulling up in some type of I don't know, Elantra, I guess, I don't know. A paddy wagon, I don't know. You know what I mean? Well, paddy wagon sounds crazy. But Ron's face. I don't know. What's your thoughts, man? Ron, you tell me, man. What's up?
If we gonna go out, like especially like if I ain't got no vehicle, obviously that's why I'm sending the Uber. You know what I mean? I'm not sending the Uber, and yeah, like I don't think it's a big deal. You sure as hell ain't getting no. It sure as hell not getting no. Ain't no private jet coming from me. I don't care how much money I have on no limo. You know what I mean? Like It's not even about like the Uber. It's about us chilling. You know what I'm saying? They taking focus off the actual date. You know what I'm saying? And she was going to get real mad at me. She found out where we going. Come on, man. That's what's funny. What's this? Is it a date or a first date? Hello? Hello?
I'm still here. I was just sharing the live with the group. But like I said, I definitely don't see a problem with that. But you got some women and how they feel entitled about certain things, and it's just I don't know. It's just some women like that can be very aggravating, to say the least. So, but I just thought that was a topic we can speak on. Do we have any females in the audience? Y'all can speak up. Y'all can talk. Y'all can talk. Y'all can talk. We got some people in the comments that say hi, hi, hi. What up? Hey, how you doing? Lee Man Demon and Nahid underscore W122. He says yo 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 yo. What up? Um, in the comments, man. Y'all can speak, man. We-
I can't even see the comments.
you can't see the comments. Oh, well, they said what up. They said what up. As we wait for some comments to fill in, do you got any Q&A?
Nah, do something different. Like from now on, I was thinking about like from now on, like when we pod, we just gonna go straight into it. Talk some shit. I'll save like I'm thinking about like saving Q&A for like a podcast or something like that I can do.
Yeah, for next week because Ron had a long night. he was not thinking about nothing about this for today.
Nah, I'm trying to get off the whole. We'll talk about it anyway. Nah, like the whole, you know what I mean, segment thing. I'm trying to get off of that whole just coming to a podcast and just talk. You know
Just
what I
talk.
mean? So nah, actually, it's not a Q and A, but we still on the date question.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, because it's old, right? And I think it's more of a trolling thing. But like the whole thing where the girl comes and she's talking about all the places she's not going, like Friendlies, Fridays, Cheesecake Factory,
Right.
you know what I mean, stuff like that. Which, in my opinion, ain't bad. I don't know what she's talking about. Real shit.
Yeah. Well, yo, I don't know, man. Um, like you said, ain't nothing wrong with cheesecake. Ain't nothing wrong with what's that other spot? Grand Lux Cafe. That's by the Garden State Plaza. You know what I mean? Like, it's not wrong with that. But the main thing that I really take from a date. Now, this is just how I feel. The main thing I take from a date is the conversation, yo. Forget all the glitz, forget all that glamour shit. You know what I'm saying? If I'm taking a woman out on a date, I'm not worried about nothing more but the conversation, because the conversation is really going to show me exactly the type of person you are. You know what I mean?
True.
I'm going to have my answer about the type of person that that you are, and I think that especially in these times, um, even within relationships, conversations are not had enough. We don't have conversations like that enough because we're too busy on our cell phones. How many times you go to a restaurant and you see a couple at the table and they're on their phone? You don't see them really conversing and conversating and stuff like that. You see them on the whole table on their phone, right?
Yeah, they're just there for the free food.
You know what I mean? It's just it's crazy. It's crazy, man. But
She
I
there for the free food, and after you drop her off, I mean, that's when she's really gonna go on her real date. You know what I mean, like you the meal part of the date. You know what I'm saying?
whack.
She gonna get dessert with somebody else.
Damn, bro. The way you said that,
Real shit.
that's
People look at me crazy, like, "Why are you single?" I say, "I can give you a million reasons, but you gonna look at me like I hate women, and which is crazy." But that's neither here nor there.
right, 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 right. Yeah, but I mean, shit, man. I mean, that's what we're really missing. We're missing conversation so much nowadays. It's not even funny, man. We don't talk. We don't talk. And that in getting off the subject, that's even with these kids. With kids, like parents don't really have talks like that with their kids. And I said this the other day, or maybe yesterday. Um, the biggest mistake that parents can do is let a cell phone raise your child. You know what I mean? Because some parents sometimes feel like it's the easiest way to shut a child up. You know what I mean? And we're not really understanding, or not I don't want to say not really understanding, but we're not caring about what that child is looking at on that phone. And you know, being that uh parent, because a lot of parents don't really parent. You know what I mean? And that's really troublesome, yo. That's why a lot of these crazy things in this society that we're living in right now is happening. You know, like, and that's why a lot of these kids are so crazy in the head. You know what I mean? Like they don't know how to act out of well, they act out more of in emotion than really anything else. It's just a lot going on, that we can actually do better with as parents. And I don't know. But once again, you got some parents, that'll probably, hear someone like me speaking about this, or anyone else, and they'll feel like, well, you're not my child's parent. Don't tell me how to raise my child, that type of thing. And it's like, yo, I'm not trying to tell you how to raise your child, but if you're not doing what you're supposed to do as a parent, then what do you expect your child is gonna do when they're out here in the real world? If we're not teaching our kids real values in the real world, then what are we really doing out here? So I don't know.
Hey, so obviously it's something I can't speak on because I have no kids, but
Liar. He's a liar.
but
He's a liar. Look ahead. I'm listening.
I'm kidless. They mad at me because I'm kidless.
Ron had kids since middle school.
I'll tell you another thing. Going back to that date question. Going back to the date question, I'll tell you another thing. Like the fact
Hmm.
of cell phones being out when you're on a date, you talking to her, she's on Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, posting selfies. Here's what I don't understand. And
What's
I
that?
know I got an unpopular opinion about a lot of stuff, but maybe people might agree with me. Here's what I don't understand. Why do we take pictures of the food? You
Well, because
know
I'm
what
one
I'm
of
saying?
them. I
What's
do
the
that
purpose of
too.
taking pictures
But
of the food?
when you're out,
Yes,
yo, that's just see, I don't do shit like that. See, now when I cook, I do that shit. But
that's different. You made that. I understand
yeah,
that.
exactly, exactly. But it's to show that, yo, this is what I'm doing. This is how big I'm doing it. I'm living my best life. That's what that is, yo. To keep it a buck. That's what that is.
I don't care
But
about a picture with 3 lamb chops and some broccoli. Like, what are you
yeah,
talking about?
but now you said lamb chops. You know how expensive lamb chops is? A lamb chop meal
Oh
within itself.
man, come on,
That's just
yo.
expensive. So people like to floss. They want to show off of what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is.
I know people gonna do what they do, and I'm not saying they got to change their opinions or stop doing it because I'm saying something about it. It was just a question. I never understood it. Ever, I never understood it. We taking pictures of the food. Like, then here's go another question.
Hmm.
That same land, if that plate of food was $5, would you take a picture of it?
Nah, you're not taking a picture of a damn McDouble.
No, 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 no. I'm talking about them lamb chops, that
I'm
lobster,
just,
and that steak.
I know,
I
but I'm
know.
just
I'm saying
saying.
if that food was
Yeah.
$5, are you taking pictures? That's what I'm saying. Like it's.
But
I'm
being the
not.
fact that it's a lamb chop though, you know it's $5, but that person that's looking at your Instagram don't think it's $5 because it's a lamb chop.
Yeah,
That's
no
why,
problem, bro.
you know. So yeah, people like to flaws. Yo, social media can be very depressing. It really can. If you are one that's on social media every single day, just scrolling, looking at all these things and looking at how people are doing this and doing that. Um it puts it, it puts it will put you in a very depressed state because you feel like you're not doing enough. You're
Never.
not. That's how some people get though.
Nah, social
Seriously.
media is a facade. I don't think none of that stuff is real. Not saying
Well,
people ain't got money, but I don't think like people are really living like that. That's just my opinion.
yeah, but you have to understand though, bro, that some people really live that type of life where they feel some type of way. You know what I
I'm
mean?
just put it. I don't believe everything I hear and see, which is why a lot of things I can't speak on or might get flagged. Anyway, I'm being honest, my nigga.
I hear you, but you got some people, man, that you know they hate on other people living the dream, yo. They really do. They really do. And but that's on the other people though. You know, excuse me, guys, while I put my charger in my phone. Um, but
Living a fake life.
you just really, I don't know. You like some people just really just focus too much on certain things that you know you can't control. You can't control what other people post. You can't control, how you think. I understand all that shit, but motivate yourself to do better. Do certain things within your life to get ahead or try to get ahead. You know what I mean? Like if there's something that you really love to do, I'll be the one to sit here to tell you straight up, yo, go for it. Stop feeling like just because you fell off at one particular time doesn't mean that you can't get back on. You know what I mean? Life is about life, and if you let life pass you by, you're gonna just be this miserable person for the rest of your life. That's how I see it. You know what I mean? I'm a ball of energy, yo. I'm a bag of energy. I really feel like I can do whatever I want if I put my mind to it. You know what I mean?
Are
You
you playing the
know?
NBA?
Can I play in the NBA?
Mm-hmm.
Not right now. I can't even play football right now. Shit, I can't even do sprints. I can't even do a damn gasser. 2 weeks ago, I pulled my damn hamstring running with with our players and stuff, man. Like so, nah. I'm getting older. But hey, listen, there's a lot of things that I know I can do. You know what I mean? Right now I'm in school. I'm getting my bachelor degree. I'll be graduating in about 2.5 years. You know what I mean? I got 3 platforms with Hackensack Talks, our podcast with R&G. I just started a new football channel on YouTube. It's called Cover One Football. You know what I mean? So there's a lot that I'm doing. And I'm proud of it. I'm proud of a lot of things that I do. And the other thing too, I want to sit here and say, because I said this too the other day, I don't care if people laugh at what I do or I don't care if they're like very, you know, happy about what I do because at the end of the day, I got views, I got eyes on what I'm doing. So either you like it or you don't. You still looked at it. You gave me the view. Appreciate you guys. That's how I look at it. That's
It's,
how I
they
look at
talk
it.
about. I watch podcasts and they talk about people who go on other people's pages just to hate on them. you know what I'm
True.
saying?
True.
Kind of kind of
It's
loser
true.
you got to be to go on somebody's page that you don't like at all I think you lame. I think you corny. I think you trash. But I'm gonna go on your page, I mean, and give you some attention. Yo, people stupid, bro. Real shit. People
Bro,
stupid. Man. I'm never
hate
doing that, bro.
hating attention sometimes is the most motivating attention though. For real. It is. It definitely is. I'd rather someone hate you can hate the hell out of me. Guess what? It's just gonna motivate me to even go harder. You know? So
Nah, that's gonna make me laugh. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't need hate. I mean, teachers. I don't need hate to get motivated. It's just like it's, you know, people be bored. You know what I'm saying? People be
yeah,
bored. Cause a
yeah.
while ago you couldn't post nothing. There was no Instagram and all this stuff. You couldn't post nothing. Nobody knew what you was doing, what you was up to, who you
Mm-hmm.
was with, who you was hooking up with. None of that stuff. Like what car you
Mm-hmm.
got, what trips you taking.
Right.
Now everybody knows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know they gonna talk some shit about you. Oh, he only got that girl because of such and such. Oh, he only going on that trip because of somebody paid for it. Or he only got that car because of. I mean, now, if that's how you get it, that's how you get it. You know what I mean? But it takes me back to my point earlier. People ain't living how people think they living. I don't believe so. I
Oh
think
no,
everybody lying.
no. It's a facade. You got people that really lie about the way they live. Shit, you got. Matter of fact, I saw the realest shit from Tyrese, and this is maybe months ago, a year ago, whenever he did the interview with the Breakfast Club.
When
Um,
Charlamagne hugged him,
huh?
when Charlamagne hugged him,
Yeah, I think that was the interview when he was crying and
yeah,
got emotional. Right. So he was talking about how fake his jewelry was. The bracelet he had on, the watch he had on, the earrings he
mhm.
had on. But he made such valid points in talking about that. And I was like, yo, like that's probably one of the realest shit I ever heard, because it's like you got so many people out here, celebrities out here that really do be faking it, but don't be real about it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
About the money they make, about the jewelry they got, the women they got, and I got this, I got this. But yet alone, you come to find out that you really didn't buy that, or that car ain't really yours. You really actually just leased that. Like, ain't nothing wrong with leasing anything, but I'm just saying, like, you got people like celebrities out here that are not true to what they really do out here, and they you know post it on Instagram and Facebook like they the shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's just corny to me. That shit is corny. But shout out to Tyrese though. Tyrese was a real dude that day. When he had that interview with the Breakfast Club.
I put it this way: you hit the lottery, you gonna watch some Instagram followers, them Facebook followers, them friend requests gonna go crazy.
Yeah,
And these just
yeah,
people you just not friends with on social media.
right.
Oh, G, I know G. You see, he coach football, right? He got two kids and the girl. Yeah, I know G. Like me and G go back. Since when?
Yeah, since I hit the lottery, right? I got you.
Yeah,
I
since
got
when?
you.
Show me some kindergarten pictures. You go back. Get your ass out of here, bro.
He got a screenshot of a picture of me and shit. Oh yeah, that's been my boy. Took that picture yesterday, bro. What the fuck you talking about?
Bring a whole new meaning. Bring a whole new meaning to my day one. Yeah, it's only been one day, nigga.
hmm
Yo, dude, be
Yo,
corny,
and
bro.
that's the other thing too. Day ones. I'm so sick of hearing that shit. How you a day one? What? You know what? Put it like this. What's your example of a day one, bro?
I don't use that term, so I couldn't tell you.
Okay, okay. I'm,
But
I'm, I'm just saying.
but I can give you what I think it means.
Okay.
I might know what it means. I just don't use it. I'll put it that way. I ain't gonna say like I'm oblivious to the term. My day one, like we out chilling, somebody else walk up that I know. You know what I mean? Say, yo, G, you know Ron? Oh, you know Ron too? Oh, this is my day one right here. And I think day one, like, it's like the shorter version of like I knew him for a long time. I knew her for a long time. It
Right.
means since we was kids.
Right.
That's what I'm guessing it means. You know what I mean? It's my day one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
But I have no use for the word because I just think that's another clout word, another word that people just use just to, you know, slang, cool. You know what I mean? Um, I mean, in actuality, if I think of anything as a day one, like truthfully, it would be my mom and my dad and my brother. I mean, that's how I look at it. My family. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I don't know. People just, like saying words because, they hear it, they think it's cool. And it's a thing to do. It's always been a thing to do, to always copy and not be original. You know what I mean? So yeah.
yeah, that's why you can't. I don't know, man. It's just that's why I don't chill with that many. I don't roll with that many people. You know what I'm saying? Not saying people who roll with 20 people are bad people. You know what I mean? I just don't roll with that many people. I never been that guy. You never been that person. You
Nah,
know what I mean?
you don't
Every
gotta have a huge circle to feel like you're somebody. I told my oldest son that the other day because
looking for
me and him had
validation.
a yeah, me and him had a conversation about certain things that he's going through now because he's 15 years old and he's going through whatever he's going through. So he's trying to figure out a lot of things. But you know I, I'm always in my kids ear about decisions and making the right moves for themselves and not worrying about the outside, or we're not worrying about what other people say or may feel, or shit, even your so-called friends that you got right now. Shit, you don't know if you're gonna be friends with them 5 years from now, 10 years from now. People move on in life and evolve in life. You know what I'm saying? So I try to always make my kids aware of that, so that way they don't get into dumb things and make poor decisions, and stuff like that. So, um, yeah, I mean, like I said, that day one shit though, that's just corny to me, man. It's whack to me. It's
I tell
whack.
you what else. I tell you what else is whack too.
What's that?
We talked about it before.
Crack.
We said crack.
Crack is whack, but I'm listening. I'm listening.
No, no, it definitely is. But no, no, else is whack. Pause. I'm saying it. Don't care. I'm gonna wear it out. So y'all don't want to hear it no more. It makes no sense.
Hey,
Pause.
hey,
No homo.
the video I
Hey
sent you
yo.
last night, talking to
Yeah.
my son. Yo, all right. So was you done? I don't want to talk over you.
Nah, I was just saying like pause. Hey yo. No homo. And and it like I don't want to use the word elevate, but it like I said what trend is that the right word transcended? Because it started off with yeah, it started
Transparent.
off with no like it kept going, but it just changed words. It went from pause to no homo to ayo. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
Yeah,
however the order went, I'm not keeping track, but
gotcha.
yeah, like what is we doing, bro?
Yeah. Well, I sent Ron a video yesterday, and I was just joking though, but I was talking to my son, so I asked him. I said, "Yo, you want glizzies for dinner tomorrow? Like what y'all want to eat tomorrow? You want glizzies?" And he was like, "Dad, that's gay. That's gay." I said, "Wait, how's that gay? Ain't that what y'all call it? Y'all call it glizzies, right?" I'm just trying to understand the slang. I'm trying to understand the lingo. He said, "No, it's called a hot dog." So I said, "Okay, so you eat a hot dog?" He said, "Yes." A
Now
glizzy.
it's a hot now it's a hot dog.
Right.
Now it's a hot dog. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so I just thought that shit was funny as hell. It did. My son started to get a little upset. He started to get a little mad. He was like, "Man, Dad, you trying to say I'm gay and I'm not gay?" Like he's gonna do something to me, man. You gonna sit
Yeah,
your ass down.
why would you try to tell your son he's gay?
Right, right,
That don't
right,
even
right.
make sense. Like, all
He
right,
knew he knew I was being silly with it, but it's just
yeah.
that I was basically like telling him how, or trying to let him know how stupid that shit is, man. Like the way these kids slang is, it's like they took they took certain words that we said back in the day, it turned it into their own terminology, which is crazy. Back in the day, we said butter, fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like that. Yeah, that was our. So they turned fire into that's flee. You know, like it didn't progress to something else. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like these kids talk so different. You know what I mean? But
corny.
that's how our parents felt when we were coming up. You know, they was talking about us '90s kids, you '90s kids, right? So
Yeah, it's a cycle.
yeah, 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 yeah. It is. It is. It is. It is.
But 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 I'll put it this way: how we talk. Now think about it. How we talk. I don't have kids, so we go like. I'll put it this way: how you talk, right?
Hmm.
If your mom heard you say something and it's all slang, she wouldn't cringe as much as if she heard your son say something and it's slang. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. You know
No,
what I
I
mean? And
got
not
you.
just not just about anybody's parents. Like if we talking and you use slang, you know what I mean? Like yo, that shit was butter. That shit was fat. Like it was butter. That shit was fat. That shit was dope. That shit was it was whack. It was. And to be honest, I think all five of those could be used to this day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You might
yeah.
sound outdated. I ain't gonna lie. I say chief joking around because of Tracy Morgan, Hustle Man or Martin.
Yeah, chief.
What's up, chief?
Yeah, that still go.
Oh,
That still goes around and with the foreigners. My friend, my friend.
oh yeah, for real. I be thinking they scared of me when they say that stuff.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Hey, my,
yeah,
hey,
yeah,
my, let me stop. Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, my friend.
You know what I mean? And, you know when a dude ain't really feeling you like that, it's always like, "Yo, for real, my nigga, for real." Yo, like
Yeah.
my nigga, like yo,
They took the
you
word.
know.
I seen it. My bad. Go ahead. My bad.
Nah, go ahead, go ahead.
I seen the phrase "you good," and it's like "you good." Black people can make that phrase go for like multiple things. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Like, yo, we out paying for something. You ain't got it. Yo, you good? Somebody bump you in the spot. Like, yo, you good? You know what I mean? Somebody got an attitude with you. Yo, you good? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
You cannot feel well. Yo, you good? It's just so many things, but we know what they mean when they say it.
Oh
You
hell
know what I
yeah,
mean?
definitely.
Depending on what's
Yeah.
happening.
Yep.
So if I say
Yep.
no, I ain't good, then it's an issue. Say you good? Nah, what's up? Then it's an issue. And I ain't no tough guy, man. Anybody trying to be out here, you know what I mean, acting all big and bad for no reason. Like for what? You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Hmm.
Just like the
Nah.
other no, I ain't gonna say the other day I used to work at my old job. Yeah, I ain't mentioning them niggas. Anyway, I used to work at my old job and the young boy was in there. He was like, yo, he looked at his homeboy. He's like, yo, man, what you doing? Yo, you tweaking, son. Yo, you tweaking, son. I was like, what the hell is he talking about? I'm like,
Tweaking.
so I said, you tweaking. I said, what did he do? He took my scanner. All right, so that's tweaking? Go get another scanner. He told somebody took something from you, they tweaking. I was like, all right, just I ain't used to this stuff. I ain't gonna lie to you. You hear him talk, but it's just like you tweaking. And it's young kid. It gotta be young kid. He gotta be like in his teens, 19, 18.
Right.
I'm 40, so like I'm not making myself super old. Like I'm a grandfather, but it's just like yeah, I think they just take words and make up their own definitions.
Yeah.
Like glizzy, my bad. Like glizzy was a term for a Glock in rap songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turned into a hot dog.
Yep.
How? How? You feel me?
That's his generation, bro. For real.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, bro. What you talking about, man? Hell no.
That's his generation, man. You know. But
Glizzy.
I would say about us, our generation, bro. Our generation,
That's
we have so many people that we grew up with that are doing so many great things right now, bro.
true.
You know what I mean? And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of how a lot of our classmates, or you know I'm proud of what they're doing. I got a lot of friends that in the in the sports field are doing exceptionally well as coaches. You know, and it's just it's just a beautiful thing to see. It's a beautiful thing to see, you know. So shout out to all all our classmates from Hackensack and everything that they're doing, man. Everything that y'all doing right now, man. Just keep it up, man. Because it's an inspiration for a lot of us. Even some of these kids that's now. They see some of these things that they're doing and they're inspired by it. So it's just really a dope thing. And I want to put myself out there too. I'll pat myself on the shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm out here in the community coaching, and you know, I love all the kids, that I come across. And it just becomes a passion for, whatever you're doing. You gotta love what you do, you know.
True.
You gotta love what you do. So
That's why I tell people, it's so crazy. I be at the bar, right? And be like, yo, y'all still do the podcast? Y'all still do the podcast? Like, just like last night. So, yo, you still do, Morg was in the spot.
hmm
And so, yeah. And I told him he should do one. Man, I told people, I say, I think it's several people we know that I think should do a podcast just based off like how they think, if they're a funny dude, if they're entertaining. Like if Gilly did a podcast,
oh, he'd be funny as hell.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I told, like if Kareem did, I think Kareem don't want to. He said he don't like being in front of the cam. I believe that's what he told me. But
yeah, he did say that. He did
that
say
might
that.
that might change off maybe like being a guest one time. He might change his mind. Like, nah, I'll come back. But
Yeah,
if he
he can
don't
make
want to, he don't want to. That's on him.
he can have a boxing podcast. You know what I mean? And
That'd be
Morgan
fire
have
too.
a entrepreneur type of podcast. You know what I'm saying? Because Morgan, hey, he has a lot of businesses, yo, and he does a lot of businesses in other countries. You know what I'm saying? So he does a lot
Yeah,
too. And like going back to what I was saying before, like this is who we grew up with. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like these are the people that we grew up with who are doing so well for themselves. And you always want to try to give them their flowers and have them smell their roses while they're still alive. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of all of them.
Like what Daryl said. Daryl said, "Now we get love letters. Flowers die."
Yes, yes, Daryl did say that. He did say that. Definitely did. And
uh,
he also said something about using the term the word humble. He said
oh
something about
yeah,
that too.
oh
Yeah,
yeah. We shouldn't
yeah,
use it.
yeah, yeah. So
'Cause when you look
definitely
it
was
up,
look.
it's not a
Yeah.
compliment when you look it up.
No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. So he was definitely listening. Definitely listening and understanding. When he did the podcast with us too. So definitely proud of him too, man. Like yo, I'm proud of everybody, bro. Really am. Really am.
And that'd be dope too. Like it'd give me more stuff because I'll be looking for podcasts to watch. And it's I ain't gonna say slim pickings, but I'm down to a couple. I used to have several. I'm down to a couple. And it'd be dope for somebody that we know to start one. You know what I mean? That way I can see,
hmm
I can support. I can actually say, like, yo, we know these dudes, we know these women. You know what I mean? They doing something that we do, and I'm a fan. You know? I
Yeah.
mean, don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna be no hypocrite now. It depends what kind of podcast you're doing. You talking about planting flowers and seeds and stuff and growing roses, and more power to you. I'm phony. I'll be over there to get some flowers for Mother's Day.
Guys, crazy. Yeah, Mother's Day is coming up. It's next month. Yo, this year is moving along pretty quick, man.
Yeah, I know. It'd be May.
hmm
Yeah, man.
Yeah. It don't feel like spring though. It's still chilly outside. You still got the hoodie on. You know what I
That's what,
mean?
it was a little nice out a little while ago. Like when we was
Uh,
trying to, it's funny. Like when we was trying to get the stuff to get going, the stuff to work. The
right.
sun was out, like the breeze and feel. It ain't bad out here though. I got a hoodie on.
Yeah.
Like if it was super windy, it'd be terrible. But like, it ain't bad out here.
hmm
plus I like that weather. I can't. Cause what is that? I never been to Cal. You been to California?
Nah.
I think that's one of them states. I could be wrong with. It's like it's hot all year round or warm all year round.
Um, it gets chilly at night. I would say like maybe the 40s. I don't think anything lower than the 40s at night. But the high probably be like around maybe 60, something like that. But in the mountains though, they have snow on the mountains and stuff like that.
Oh,
The peaks and all that. So
oh. But I like the
yep.
weather change, man. I love hoodies. I gotta have hoodie. I gotta have hoodie season. You know what I'm saying? Like sweatpants and Timberlands,
Yeah.
and I can't be hot all year round. I can't do that, bro. I'm saying that, but if it happened, ain't got to worry about no snow.
Hmm.
I'm gonna sit in the house with my hoodie on,
Crazy.
crank that AC up.
Uh-huh.
Like I miss Jersey, man. A lot of people don't. A lot of people they move down south. They say, "Nah, I don't miss this shit. This shit terrible. Too pricey. I'm going down here. It's affordable. Nice weather all year round."
That's where it's at right now. That's where it's at
Um,
right now. But I mean, like you said though, they've been doing that for years though, leaving Jersey. Um
oh yeah,
I,
yeah,
I know you don't go to the uptown downtown cookout every year and stuff like that, but when that comes in August every year, everybody comes back up here and it's like the dopest party for them, yo, because they haven't seen, a lot of people that, they left from here, from Hackensack,
yeah,
for years. So it's dope to see that when they come up here, and then they have like little after party at the Elks and all that. But it's just it's yeah. People get tired of struggling and just being just stagnant with the conditions that they're in. You know what I mean? You got like you gotta do well and better for yourself. You got to. You got to. It's a must. You know what I mean? Especially when your kids get of age. Now you have that chance to actually make that move. You're not gonna hesitate. You're gonna go.
yeah,
You're gonna do what's better for you. So I don't blame anybody that does that at all. At all. So
yeah. And plus, it'd be dope when they come back up. Because if you got questions and stuff like that, you're like, yo, what's the living situation like that? Like, you know what I mean? It's affordable, the weather, and you know
hmm
what I mean. You got kids, good school system. You know what I mean? Stuff like that, and and it lets you know it's like, yo, I got the whole crib in the basement, real cheap. Mortgage is this or rent is this, and I'm living like it ain't. Jersey was killing me, so I had to dip out. You know what I mean? And not just Jersey, but
yeah,
what
but
they
it's
say, New
Jersey.
York. Yeah, right.
Jer- Yo, Jersey's killing everybody right now, especially up here. It's killing everybody. Now, if you go down into the southern parts of Jersey, you might find some type of comfortability down there, living wise and all that. But up here, I mean, I call this part of New Jersey the armpit. It really, yo, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, they
It's
be
the
talking shit.
armpit.
Yeah, they be shitting on Jersey on the news. They be talking about, oh, it's bad smells, and I'll drive from here. I think I smell Jersey. You know what I'm saying? I be like, damn,
Yo,
all
that
right.
means you was somewhere on that turnpike.
I said, all right.
That's what that is. All them chemicals is in the marshes and all that shit over there. Yeah, yeah. Yo, it's bad, yo. It's bad. You know what I did hear though? I heard that in a certain part, like in the middle part of the Hackensack River, they have good bass fish that's actually swimming in that part of the river. That's like the cleanest part of the river. I still won't fish and eat anything from the Hackensack River ever.
No,
So,
they're
I'm just
trying to give
saying, man.
you.
Somebody told me that shit, and I was like, "Wow, for real? Okay."
Yeah, let me go strap with my boots and my fishing rod. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you? Nah,
No, thank you.
go right to the
No,
fish
thank
market.
you.
You bugging.
No, thank you. Mm-mm. That's not happening for me. But definitely, definitely, definitely. I'm glad we back on here, bro. For real. I mean, gotta
Well,
get
I'm
this
just not.
thing popping.
I'm just not seeing the comments. Anyway,
Well, ain't nobody else said anything but hi. It's the same two
And yo,
that's on there.
and yeah, yo.
Right. Yeah, it's the same two that's on there. But nah, we had some people peeking in. I think we started out with like 7 people, viewers, and we're down to one right now. That's because I got the YouTube on. So it is what it is.
You know, yeah, what's funny? That's how I stumbled upon Joe's shit because I like him as a rapper. He kept showing up in the algorithms. I
Hmm.
mean, his podcast. I'm like, man, anybody trying to hear no podcast from him? I just want to hear the raps. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying? Real
yeah,
shit. Then I started listening one day, and it was the shit it was the jokes and the chemistry and the funny stories. I'm like, all right, now I got something to watch. You know what I mean?
right, right,
And
right.
that's what got me. You
Yeah,
know, but
but the thing with podcasts, um, if you're already a celebrity, you're already gonna have like a huge following because that's what it is. People fuck with you like that, right? Now,
they don't talk about that part.
nah, nah, nah.
They,
But
they
for
I ain't cutting you off. Now go ahead. I might say what you about to say, so go ahead.
no, but I'm just saying for what we've been doing, for what since what 2020 2019. um
Yeah,
we have a pretty good support system. It's just that we gotta you gotta build. You gotta build. You know what I mean? And it takes time. It takes time.
exactly.
I just had this conversation with Shay earlier today, and I was saying how um damn, what the fuck was I saying? Hold on, lost my
Podcasting.
train of thought. Podcasting, right? Yeah. So it's about how you organize yourself. And not to say that we're not organized, but the more we do and the more you put out, that one day you never know, yo. It might be that day where you just blow up. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah,
that that happens.
or a particular piece of content. You could put out
Right.
12 videos. That 13th video be like, yeah,
It be it,
I'm
it
gonna tune in next week.
It'd be the eye opener. It'd be the eye
Yeah,
opener. So the more you keep on doing what you're doing, and this goes back to what I was saying earlier. You want to make sure that you have eyes on your views. You know what I mean? The likes are gonna come. The likes will come, but it's the eyes that's on your views. So the more people that eye your views, the more people is going to start liking your views. You're going to see it increasing. It's going to be 20 likes. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, 200 likes, then 1,000 likes.
mhm,
Then now you're hitting 10,000 likes. The algorithms never lie, bro. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It happens. So when it does happen, you know, you're going to be good. But either way, you're still good because you're still doing what you like to do. You know what I mean? Me and you took a chance on this shit years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. We took a chance on this, and you know, we had our little hiatus and kind of got off a little bit and all that other stuff. But you're staying consistent. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, I talked a little bit about myself. I'm not gonna keep on talking about myself, but I'm just saying, like, I stay consistent with different platforms and promoting and just putting things out there. People like seeing that shit. They like to see your growth. So people that actually ride with us and grow with us, they're gonna feel even more prouder and more happier about our success, because our success is a help because of them, like Arlene, your sister. You know what I mean?
mhm.
they
Oh
they're
yeah,
they're, they're huh
they stayed in the group, like the group chat, like when we first
Stay in the group
started.
chat, right?
I
Yeah.
mean,
They're still in the group chat. Lou is another one. Lou is another one that is
yeah,
always commenting and
that's true.
liking and stuff like that. So we got our peoples that support us, which is great. And that's always going to be a constant thing. They want to see us grow. We want to see ourselves grow. So
Yeah,
you know, little
that's
little
why it's
little
dope.
Sunday motivation talk for you guys right there.
Yeah, man, that's why it's dope to put out multiple different types of content on different platforms. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
oh shit, I ain't know they do this. I ain't know they do this, and
Mm-hmm.
you know. And it
Yeah.
could be a thing like I don't want to hear none of that. I just want to hear this. So I'm glad they got a podcast just for this. You know what I mean? Or a
Right.
platform just for this. So you know,
Yeah.
it'd be wild. Like, yo, what you think of the R&G podcast? I had to fast forward like the first hour and a half, but I got to the part I like. Right? I said, oh, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Long as you watching,
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't get mad at it.
Yeah.
Long as you, what you want me to do? As long as you watch it, bro.
That's it.
Nobody,
That's it.
nobody said that. I'm just making an example, of course. You know what I mean? But
Yo, as long as we getting our views, man. I mean, that's all that matters at the end of the day, man. That's all that matters. It's all that matters.
so,
You know what I mean? So, we just gonna keep it up. Keep on doing the YouTube shorts. Keep on doing the podcast like we're doing right now, and we here for the public, man. We love feedback. We love talking to you guys. We love just you know having a good time. You know what I mean? So we gonna keep it up.
hold on, I'm trying to see who. Somebody behind me.
Somebody behind you.
Somebody behind me, bro. You don't see him?
This guy. This guy.
I said, I said somebody behind me. I never turned around. All right, somebody behind me. Anyway, good shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
like I was saying earlier, I might not even long. Just do. I might just turn that into like a clips or something because I don't see me doing like long content with Q&As and stuff like that. And might just for might just put it out there just for feedback. You know what I mean?
Make it a short. You're right. Make it a
Yeah, just
short.
come up with my crazy questions. I gotta. I started slacking. I'm like, just ask some normal stuff. Like, I remember I did the Q&A. Like, yo, y'all still listen to R. Kelly? You and Jeff was like, yep. I'm like, all right, let me go to the next question. That was fast. You know,
Simple.
you know what I'm saying? I do too. I'm put it out there.
Yeah. Since you brought that up, y'all gotta stop making it seem like we're weird because we still listen to R. Kelly. Listen, I'm a fan of the music. The music. That's
That's it.
it. That's it. The music. What's wrong with listening to R. Kelly? Y'all still listen to Michael Jackson,
And then
right?
come to find out, wasn't all those debunked and lies? That's what I heard. I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know, but like I said, man, I still listen to Michael Jackson too. I mean, I still listen to these artists because of the music, man. The
Man,
music
people
is what gets me.
people like to pick and choose. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? They got some people who got a bias, like no matter what they do, they still gonna listen to the artist anyway. You know what I'm saying? So and they got everybody, that's what
exactly.
you want to do. That's what you want to do. That's on you. But yeah, I'm
Yeah,
still playing
but
Mike. I'm still playing R. Kelly. Who else?
people gotta get off of that dumb shit, man. Ain't nothing wrong with listening to Michael Jackson. Ain't nothing wrong with listening to R. Kelly. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. Who else? Who else people talk about this shit, you know, that got in trouble and shouldn't listen to?
Well, they
Singer,
I don't know.
rapper.
I don't know if they tried to. Did they try? It was Chris Brown, right? The whole Rihanna situation.
Oh yeah, when
Because I
he
don't
when
think
he
I don't, I don't think he I don't think he
when
got
he
as
hit her.
bad as like I don't think he got as bad as Ike Turner. You know what I mean? As far as like being abusive, but
Yeah,
they was
but
like they were looking at him.
people
Then
still
they looked at
listen to
her
Chris
crazy.
Brown.
Yeah, then they looked at her crazy because like I think she was like friends with him again or something like that.
Well,
And I'm
hey,
like,
whatever. And here's another one. He's not a musical artist, but he's a football player. Ray Rice.
oh yeah, I
He
remember that.
beat his wife in the elevator, and they worked it out, and they're good now. And now he's a high school football coach. He's a high school football coach right now.
The
So
high
you mean
school
to
the
tell
elevators.
me? Then they looked at her crazy because like I think she was like friends with him. Sorry, feedback. No,
Yeah,
he's a
I-
high school football coach, but you want to sit there and and tell me straight up that you're not going to let him coach your son in football when he can actually help your son and make sure that that your son is not making bad decisions or making a wrong decision in life, especially with the woman or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
so
Like he changed his life, yo. So people deserve second chances, whether you believe that shit or not. People deserve I guess maybe to an extent maybe it's certain situations that happen or whatever, but I really believe that people do deserve the chance to turn their life around.
yeah, I can't tell you how many times. Even I think with comedians, I think and with comedians, it's supposed to be funny. So comedians got this thing where like you're not supposed to get offended. You know what I mean? But you can't tell nobody how to feel. But since they all comedians, you know what I mean? But since they all comedians, like he here to make you laugh, right? So I'm like, all right,
Oh man.
yeah, people, bro. It's I don't take that no comedians say like serious. Only reason I brought up comedians because every time something happened with dogs, they would bring up Mike Vick.
He's another one.
But
He's
yeah, I'm
another
sitting here
one.
like,
You got these dog activists going crazy because he's now coaching. He's now the head coach at Norfolk State University. Anything that Mike Vick gets into, whether it's being a sports analyst with Fox or anything, people got something to say. When he went to the Philadelphia Eagles, people had something to say. When he went to the Pittsburgh Steelers, people had something to say. When he went to the New York Jets, people had something to say. When he left football and retired from football, and now he's at where he's at now, people got something to say. Why do people always got something fucking to say? Is that because you're bored with your fucking life?
mhm.
I have no idea. Like, why are we so mad about, or why are we all in somebody else's fucking business that has nothing to do with you? Yes, he had a dog ring and dog fighting and all that stuff. He did his time. He did his time. Why are we still talking about this shit? And I said I was not gonna curse, but I cursed. But I'm just saying, why are we doing this? Like,
No, 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 no. You
it's
said you
aggravating.
trying. You said you was trying not to. You never say you wasn't going
Yes.
to. You were trying.
Okay.
It's
Well,
it's
I did.
it's a difference.
I
I'm like,
did.
no, it's a difference. But they
You
can't
know
hold
what I
that
mean?
against you. They can't hold it against you.
No, you can't. You can't, because
I
I
mean,
was just showing passion just now. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know,
me-
man. People love being in people's business.
I see. Since we talking about like athletes and stuff, right? I see certain reels and pop up on Instagram, and we like, I don't want to see this no more. And it was like you could put in certain words, so if that reel comes up, you won't see it. It'll go to the next one or hide it from you.
Hmm.
I don't watch. If as far as sports goes, I'm a boxing guy. I like boxing, right?
Right.
And maybe college ball I might watch. I mean college ball, but
Hmm.
I don't want to see. And it's crazy. I'm not even following like sports pages like that. I'm a boxing guy, but you're going to see Stephen A. Smith running his mouth. I don't want to hear
All the
Stephen A.
time.
Smith. Hey, I don't want to hear Stephen A. Smith. It's always a Jordan LeBron. That have to die. I don't know it's 2025. How old is LeBron? It's
Oh
2025,
man.
bro.
Listen.
No, no,
Oh
no, no.
my
I'm not even
God.
I'm not bringing it up to talk about it because I don't want to talk about it at all. I'm talking about like the fact that he talks about it like he can't wait to put like a hate boot in LeBron's ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you never be this, you never be that. Jordan LeBron. I'm tired of it, bro.
Yo,
It's annoying. What are we doing?
I'm just gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave it alone because I
I
think I
would say leave it
posted
alone.
something. I think I posted something in our Facebook group, R&G podcast group. But I think I did a video. I did a live. I did a live. So my thing is this: I'm tired. I'm tired of this goat debate. Okay, and Ron, I'm really gonna say this for the last time, and I'm not gonna be long with it, but I'm gonna get it out because every time I hear something like this, it just really triggers my ears. So I'm gonna get it out. I'm gonna get it out. I don't look at one person as the GOAT at all. Now, not taking anything away from Michael Jordan, because Michael Jordan, yes, he definitely is the GOAT of our generation. Okay, he won 6 championships. He's 6-0 in the finals. He's won MVPs. He's won all these, you know, awards credited to his play and his ability.
Yeah.
So if he's going to be a GOAT, yes, he's a GOAT of our generation. Kobe is a GOAT. Kobe is the GOAT of the generation too because he took Michael Jordan's game. Nobody can deny that shit. He took Jordan's game. Kobe actually said straight up he wanted to be he idolized Jordan, but
He did.
he also wanted to be better than Jordan,
There we go.
and he had a drive to do that. And I love what I really love about Kobe is I love his work ethic. I love the how he pieces all this together. He says that if he works out 3 times a day, basketball wise, works out 3 times a day. Within 5 years, no one else can catch him. You know how crazy that, that's not even a crazy way to think. That's just like, yo, if I outwork my competition, I'm
Hmm.
going to be the best. And that's not to say that LeBron doesn't do that, but LeBron is not better than Kobe. LeBron is not better than Jordan.
Hold up, hold up. Let me stop you right there. All right, continue.
Oh, you got me. But I'm what I'm saying is that LeBron is no comparison to Jordan. LeBron is no comparison to Kobe Bryant.
They compare LeBron to Magic.
He is.
They
I'm
compare
talking,
LeBron.
but he is though, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because Magic Johnson was LeBron before LeBron. That's why. That's why. So it's like, yo, can y'all shut up, please?
And I don't,
Shut
you know, what's
up.
crazy when they be having these takes. I don't hear that much. I might have
Oh
heard like
my
a.
God.
I
Yo,
don't hear
how
it that
how
much.
do how do you completely forget about Kobe though? How do you completely forget about him? How you forget about Russell? Bill Russell. Bill Russell has more rings than he has fingers on his hand. Like, come
That, that's
on.
that's what Shaq be saying. He said, what about Kobe? No, you ain't leaving Kobe out of no conversation with Shaq around.
Like, come on. We got so many
I
other
res- I
legends
respect
in
that though.
basketball that deserve their flowers.
Okay, let me say
And
something.
good,
No, no, I ain't been cut you off. And you know I'm not the sports guy, right? But let's say
right?
like, what about the players that didn't get no rings? What, they not great because they never got rings? I'm a big
Charles
Tracy McGrady.
Barkley,
I'm a big Tracy McGrady fan.
Karl Malone, John Stockton. I mean, I can go on and on and on. But at the end of the day, though, everybody views everything off of rings and your finals record. Not your they don't judge on your on your game, the type of
Hmm.
game you had. You know what I'm saying? Like that makes the player. The game makes the player. Everything is always so individualized with, okay, well, this person, that person. I don't really have like a order of players, except like maybe a top three, maybe a top five. I would say off the top of my head, in order, in my order that I choose. But other than that, yo, there's so many other stars, yo, that brought a lot to the game. Why are
Hmm.
we saying? Why are we not talking about these guys? I'm gonna give
So
you one other example, and he died young. He played for the New Jersey Nets. Drazen Petrovic. He was from, I think, the Czech Republic or somewhere in Europe. That's where he was from, but he got drafted by the Nets. But um, Mad Max, he's funny as hell. He had this story about him. He said, I couldn't stop that motherfucker. Everything that he everything he did, the head faking and all that shit. He said, I'd rather guard a black Jesus, talking about Jordan. So when you say something like that, that goes a long way, bro. Like, for
that's
real.
huge. That's huge.
Drazen Petrovic, come on, come on. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I'm done talking about this shit. But yo, this whole debate is whack. Stop comparing LeBron to Jordan. Stop. Just stop,
Yeah, he was looking at
please.
Shannon Sharp like, I'm cooking you, like, dog, like, stop arguing with me. I'm cooking you with facts and stats and all this other stuff. I'm not saying what he was saying wasn't facts and stats. My whole thing is like, bro, you think if you talked about anything else, like, you wouldn't be like, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna say relevant, but I'm talking about like somebody that people want to hear speak.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? Because in my opinion, maybe I don't know shit about shit if you're talking about sports, but in my opinion, I think he really got notoriety because he's loud.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can sit here and spit facts about NBA and all the other stuff, bro. You loud,
Yep.
controversial. We,
Yep.
we get it. We get it.
Yep.
I understand. I'm
Yep.
not slow. You know what I
Yep.
mean? But
Even Asante Samuel, he played with the Eagles and the Patriots. He was talking about how he's better than Coach Prime. How you better than Deion Sanders, bro? You know what I mean? Now don't get me wrong. Asante Samuel was a good corner. He was a good corner, but you're not better than Prime. And I'm gonna tell you straight up. The reason why you got maybe more stats on your side is because quarterbacks was terrified to throw on Prime side. Ain't nobody was throwing over there. They was scared. So yeah, maybe you do got a couple more stats more than he does, or a couple more interceptions, but you was not better than Prime. Asante Samuel, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like you wasn't. You wasn't. Like yo, the audacity of these guys, yo, to sit there to spew out the bullshit out their mouth. Like your breath smells, bro. Like shut up.
Brush your teeth, nigga.
I'm just saying,
Tell a
man.
nigga the
It's
flaws.
it's
No,
really
I mean,
ridiculous, bro.
I ain't bring. I'm glad we having this conversation. I ain't bringing up the deep dive, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like it's just annoying, bro. Like, and I know people like if it's annoying, just scroll past it. I'm like, bro, it's annoying to having to scroll past. That's what I'm saying. But I don't want to hear you at all. You know what I'm saying? I know you can't hide from the dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He gonna be there. But it's just like even and sometimes I want to hear what he got to say, just to have an opinion on it. I can't see a
right,
video with him and just hate on. I hey go a video with him. I don't want to hear it. I don't even know what it's
right,
about. You know what I'm
right,
saying? I'd be
right.
hating on it if I didn't check it out, right? But I
Yeah,
checked it out, formed an opinion, and I don't like what I hear. You gotta
right.
go. I'm tired of hearing your mouth. Sorry,
I got a question.
loud
I got a
ass.
question. Now the Super Bowl happened in February, so we're in April now, and I know it's old news, but still, what did you think about the Super Bowl halftime show?
Oh, I was about to say I ain't even watched that motherfucker. He said the Super Bowl. I ain't even watched it.
So I had to correct myself, right?
Are you talking about who the hell who was it?
Kendrick,
Kendrick. Here's my thing, right?
right?
And you know, Mr. Unpopular Opinion. I don't really listen. I don't really listen to Kendrick. He might have a song. I don't really listen to Kendrick. So to have to form an opinion on somebody, it would means like I'm taking the couple songs I might tolerate and be like, all right, well since I don't listen to him, I'm gonna take the fact that I don't listen to him and take that energy to his performance at the Super Bowl.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But if we talking about just like a performance, I mean, what was he supposed to do? I didn't see nothing wrong with the performance. I'm because
Well, a lot of people didn't get the performance, and the reason why they didn't get the performance is because white folks don't really listen to rap like that. And I'm not making a racist thing. I'm not trying to be racist when I say that, but it's facts. Is facts. A
yeah,
lot of the white folks in the stadium couldn't understand what he was saying. You know what I mean? But for the folks that do listen to rap, we understood the concept. We saw how everything was set up as a PlayStation controller and all that. People reference his chain as a diss to Drake, but that wasn't the case. It was actually a business that he has. And
yeah.
there was a lot of misconstrued opinions about his performance. Now, I personally like the performance because it spoke volumes of what we do and what we go through as black people, as a people. You know what I mean? So if you really listen to what he was saying, the words he was saying, you will understood the concept and appreciated it. So
Hmm.
what I didn't like about our black people is that, oh well, I get what he was trying to say, but it still was boring. I wasn't entertained, but it's like, damn, like you really got to be like that. You know what I mean?
It comes from the fact that if you're a huge Drake fan, you're gonna hate everything that Kendrick does. That's how I look at it. Like I said before, yo, people are biased. You know what I mean? And you could just I ain't go and
Yeah.
you could and some people don't have to be biased. You could be a fan too, but like some people are biased. Like if I'm a huge Drake fan, right?
Hmm.
Anybody dissing him, I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Anything you do,
Right.
it's not gonna be hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I took it. So you watch
Well,
these podcasts and people speak on it.
yeah.
Of course, they ain't gonna have nothing good to say. Especially
No. No.
if you a Drake stan, you gonna hate every part of that damn Super Bowl.
Well,
because
I'm gonna
because
I'm gonna
everybody's
I'm gonna,
bigging
I'm gonna tell you who
everybody's
was
bigging
really
up the
mad.
diss song. That's what happened too.
Well, yeah, yeah. I knew he was gonna do that anyway. Everybody knew he was gonna do it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's what they was
It was
waiting
just, it
for.
was just a matter of when he was gonna do it. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you who else was really pissed off, but had nothing really to really do with Kendrick, and that was uh what's his name? Damn, he got the song called "High." What's his name?
Juvenile.
Juvenile.
Yeah,
Juvenile. He was more pissed off about the fact that okay, yeah, the NFL is having the Super Bowl in my city, right? In my state of Louisiana, but they don't have a Louisiana performer on there. And he was basically saying how Lil Wayne should have been asked to perform, you know? And I'm just gonna say what I heard people say. I'm not saying it that I said it because I didn't really think of it that way anyway. So a lot of people said that, well, Lil Wayne wasn't asked to do the performance at the halftime show because of him not remembering words from songs. So
mm,
I
okay,
mean that might have some truth to it. I don't know, but
it might.
the NFL, I don't know.
Don't Jay-Z got something to do
I,
with Super Bowl halftime show?
he did at one point because he boycotted. Well, he was trying to make people understand like, yo, you shouldn't be doing this shit because the NFL is not for us. They don't care about our issues, the stance that we take and stuff like that. This is when Kaepernick was taking the knee and all that shit. You know
How
what I mean?
often? How often during the Super Bowl, right? Let's say, all right, Super Bowl's in Miami. Okay, do they always get an artist from that city to
No, they
perform at
don't.
the Super Bowl?
Shit. I mean, I remember the one time they had a Super Bowl in Miami. Prince performed.
Yeah.
He's from Minnesota.
Where was they at when
But they don't never have a person that's actually from that city. You know
That's
what
what
I'm
I'm saying.
saying?
So was Lil Wayne brought up because it's Louisiana?
Yeah, because it's New Orleans. That's
Yeah.
why.
I'm like,
That's
all
why.
right. I
But
mean,
but but then they bring up, okay, well, you had a Super Bowl in L.A. and you let Snoop Dogg and Dre headline it, and they brought out 50 Cent and Eminem, and you know what I mean. But okay, you know what I mean, like shit, like why does everybody gotta feel like just because you feel some type of way that it's supposed to be the way it is?
yeah, and how like
Ah,
I don't
I
know,
don't
man.
know.
They had one in LA. Okay, so we're gonna have a Super Bowl. We're gonna have one in LA with Snoop and
Hmm.
Dre, but we're gonna get
Hmm.
Mary J. Blige, who's not from the West. We're gonna get Eminem, who's not from the West. We're gonna
Right,
get 50 Cent, who's not. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
right,
come on, bro.
yeah,
I don't. I don't know. I don't know how to. Now it's just like it's crazy. I think now the Super Bowl performance is more important, and I could be talking on my ass because I don't know shit about shit as far as when it comes to sports sometimes. But
hmm,
it's okay. I'll put it this way: it's like the Super Bowl performance could be more popular than the actual game itself.
yeah,
I mean, depending on who's performing, you know what I mean? Oh, as soon as they get an artist, oh, why is he performing? Why is she performing? Why do you care? Why do you care, bro?
right,
Why
right,
why do you care? And people was talking about Drake, and even 50 Cent was like, yo, why would Drake need to do that?
yeah.
Why would Drake have to perform at a Super Bowl? He's Drake. Why would he have to do that?
I don't think Drake ever performed at a Super Bowl.
And 50 Cent was like, yo, you got to pay for that, right?
Yeah, the artist got to pay for everything.
Yeah, and I ain't know none of this stuff. I know if 50 Cent was
Yeah,
telling the truth when he said it, and but people was saying like 50 was right, and I'm like,
yep.
all right, but
They don't get paid for that.
I don't know who to believe sometimes. But yeah, man, it was. They were saying the Rihanna one was trash. I said, "Dog, she's pregnant. What is
She's
Rihanna
pregnant,
going to do?
man,
What's Rihanna going to do?
and she sung all the hits. Like, yo, people
She's
want to be
not a.
entertained. They want to be entertained. They want to see people doing cartwheels and doing splits and all types of tumbling shit. You know,
Yeah, I'm like, come on,
fireworks.
bro. Yeah, like they said, it's whack. What they ain't even finally listen to you. What did they expect Kendrick to do?
Right, right.
You got people like Justin Timberlake when he did it. And he
Yeah.
forgot half the damn words and start dancing with the dancers and stuff.
Oh man.
Hold on. Then they go everybody. I know it's old, but they kept blaming Janet Jackson for that titty pop. Wasn't Justin Timberlake's hand on her chest or something like that? Did I see something?
Yeah, I guess he tried to do a move or something, or it was a wardrobe malfunction. But I think that was staged.
Glad it was. He shot.
Janet said they're gonna see this titty.
Oh man, like,
Oh,
oh
man.
man.
But nah. I just wanted to get your opinion about the Super Bowl. I know it was a couple months ago, but we had so much to catch up on this podcast. But definitely definitely we're gonna be back on next weekend. We'll let you guys know exactly when. Um, it's gonna be definitely between Saturday and Sunday. That's gonna be the best time slot for both of us. But
Yeah, man.
we got a lot we got a lot in today, man. So it's kind of dope, man. And we got this feature with the green screen, so that way we can still have some type of professionalism.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I could just disappear. Y'all could just look at my picture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or you can just turn the camera off. Now you can't see me.
I got I got that feature. I don't want to touch nothing. I don't know if I got that feature. I don't want to touch nothing.
Yeah, but definitely
Facebook.
thank you guys for tuning in. Um Gonna close the show out. Want you guys to have a good week, strong week, work week.
That's
Shit,
right.
my kids is out of school this week, so oh my god, man.
Uh oh. Yes, sir.
Shut up.
All them days getting up early for school. Nah, you know that's how we was when we was kids. Remember that? We can't get up early for school, but we was up early watching them cartoons.
Shit, when I get out of work, it's gonna be like that. So what we gonna do? What the fuck you mean we gonna do?
Tell you what
I
I'm
know what
going
I'm
to
gonna do.
do. Yeah,
Going to sleep.
be like that, man.
Yeah, yeah. So, any closing remarks for you, Ron?
Nah, just we love podcasting, so we back at it. You know what I mean? Until we get a studio. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. We still gonna put that content out. You know, and just be gonna come with entertaining content, something to laugh at, something to make you think, something to make you, you know what I mean, question certain things, and we can have a conversation about it. You know what I mean? And that's why I want to get this podcast thing right too, because I'm definitely I want to invite people on. You invite people on, more brains in the room. You can pick everybody's brain, different personalities. You know what I mean? Which will make like a even crazier conversation, depending on what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, man, we be back, man. Hiatus, then we back, then we stopped again, then we back. You know what I mean? Just know like so we never stopped. You know what I'm saying? We never stopped. Like if an artist Jay Z, when last time Jay Z? I put it this way, right? Jay Z makes a song, makes his last say Jay Z's last song is 2015, right?
Yeah.
Let's say that was his last song. So he comes out again in 2025. Did he ever stop making music?
Nah.
That mean that mean he's still going, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
that's
yeah.
how I look at it.
Yeah, we here. We ain't going nowhere.
You
We ain't
know,
going nowhere. But once again, guys, you guys have a nice week, nice strong week. We're gonna have a nice another. We're gonna have another show. We're gonna have another show either this Saturday or Sunday. Look out for a lot of YouTube shorts. Like and subscribe to our channel. If you're new to our channel, welcome. We also got our Facebook group. It's the R&G podcast Facebook group. So check that out. There's a lot of posting there every day, daily. Um, you
yeah,
know, Rob be posting more than I do though, but there's a lot of posts up in there. And
Just to keep the
like
content flowing. That's all.
yeah, keep the content flowing. We
Yeah,
like,
man.
like I said, we like to talk about a lot of whatever you guys is on, what's on your mind. Um, Also, outside of R&G, I got two other platforms. I got Hackensack Talks. Talking all about Hackensack, the city. We the next month's an important month for Hackensack because we are voting for a new council. I won't really speak about that on this podcast, but definitely check that out on the Hackensack Talks. And I got my football cover one sports channel. I'm basically covering all the youth sports and doing different tutorials about drills and training and stuff like that. So check all that out. So once again, this is the R&G podcast. I'm Gerald.
I'm Ron.
Yo, that's okay. This is the R&G podcast, and we out.
Yo, peace, man. Holy damn. Do it for the love, yeah. For the love, hey, hey, hey.
Woke up this morning feeling magnificent, strong, black, and powerful, ready to represent for my peoples all day, every day. Check the resume. I live these words, it's not just wordplay. Time to lift and uplift with power and strength. So without hesitation, I'm shooting my gift. I do this for the love and not for the fame. By keeping it real, staying true to the game. That's why I'm always brainstorming, always in hustle mode, always on top of my game, throwing these lyrical body blows. Back in the day, I used to write battle rhymes all the time. The only thing I'm battling is a messed up system that's trying to stop my people from listening to the realness. Afraid they might feel this and take off some skinny jeans, put back on the red, black, and green, and elevate themselves to be kings and queens, the natural being. I live out their purpose through the fullest stream. This ain't hate music, it's love supreme. And we manifest the movement by any means. For the love, yes, I do it for the love. Everything that I do, yes, I do it for the love, for the love, for the love. Yes, I do it for the love. Everything that I do, yes, I do it for the love, for the love. Still come hard on these beats, cause it's hard on these streets. But if I can't rock these beats, I don't want to rock at all. If I can't elevate my people, then I take the fall. So I ain't trying to waste your time and I ain't trying to waste mine. So every time I spit, lyrically divine. Just want to use what the most high gave me to keep my people like that meant to slavery. I recognize the system ain't designed for us, so naturally they want to see us self-destruct. But we rising above, chasing our whole perspective. Even the peace and love movement has been resurrected. But we ain't just talking just to be talking. We should improve through our daily moves, taking our stand for the righteous and truth. So for the young nation, elevation. And elevation without hesitation. Peace and blessings for every situation. The world is yours with hard work and dedication. This ain't hate music, it's love supreme. And we manifest the movement by any means. For the love, yes, I do it for the love. Everything that I do, yes, I do it for the love. For the love, for the love. Yes, I do it for the love. Everything that I do, yes, I do it for the love. For the love and the passion, and not just the fashion. And watch the positive flow become a chain reaction. No tricks up the sleeve, no hocus pocus. All I see and just keep the sight focused. Skin is black, but there's no handicap. Still walking the path of the right and exact. Living what I'm speaking is truth that I'm seeking. Suckers creeping and sleeping, but I keep reaching for success. Elevating to my best. Shoot the gift because I'm blessed with this. I say I'm black and I'm proud, you call me prejudice. I'm walking the straight path, learning the real map. Master blast and never lies. I speak truth while I speak trash. The path I walk is not hypocritical. I manifest the physical, lyrical, and the spiritual. The new and improved, but show improve to the young, the old, the new. The red, black, the green, the red, white, the blue. The brothers, the sisters, the body, the crew. Whoever. Just dropping daily jewels to keep your mind together. This ain't hate music, it's love supreme. And we manifest the movement by any means. For the love, yes, I do it for the love. Everything that I do, yes, I do it for the love. Do it for the love, for the love. Yes, I do it for the love. Everything that I do, yes, I do it for the love, for the love, for the love. Yes, I do it. the love. Everything that I do, yes, I do it for the love. Do it for your mama. For the love. Do it for your papa. For the love. Do it for your brother. Everything that I do, yes, I do it for the love. Do it for the one you love.